Hey, welcome to the group. I am so excited to have you here. First things first, I just wanted to tell you guys thank you for being here in this group. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. This week is going to be a little different. This week, every week, I'll be coming on Monday with a new video, and this week it's all about forgiveness. So, I look back over my journey this last 5 6 years, and been some driving factors in my results, in how I lost the weight. How do I get there? How did I keep moving? Because no one journey is going to be a straight line. There's going to be always ups and downs in our journey, some good times, some bad times, some ups and some downs. There's going to be times where we stall in our weight loss. There's going to be times where we plateau. There's going to be times where we gain weight and we lose weight. And if we only concentrate on the number on the scale, then we won't make forward progress. We'll only be concerned about the number on the scale, and it's not what moves us. It's not what gives us that sustained results. It's not what drives us, and we have to concentrate on other things besides that number on the scale. And I look back over my life, and I look back on when I started my journey, how it was super hard. My journey up until 5 6 years ago, I was always yo-yoing. I always chose quick fixes. I had tried a number of quick fixes, you name it, I tried it. HCG, I tried that like 6 times. I did like Weight Watchers, and I did so many other things in my journey to get results. But then when I stopped it, or I couldn't sustain that hard thing, I gained the weight back. Like HCG, I was only eating like 500 calories a day, and of course I lost a massive amount of weight, but I gained that plus 10, 15, 20 pounds sometimes back. And so it was a time when I first started my challenge groups with my coach that a year I struggled with, I just felt not good enough. I felt like my results weren't attainable. I looked at my coach and my other coach and saw their results, but I didn't think that was possible for me. I didn't think that I could get those results. And I look back over my life, weight has always been a big factor in my life. Weight had been always a big thing. My dad, he made it a factor to talk about you, ridicule you, make you feel like you were kind of nothing if you gained weight. He always focused on how you looked in your appearance, and it was a big thing. If I went to go visit him and I had gained some weight, girl, you gained some weight. Like, he always brought it up about my weight. In the house when we were growing up, we had to eat all our food on our plates, and if we didn't, we would have to, and he would call us fat, but then he would make us eat these big giant plates of food. We couldn't waste food. Like, it was times where the toast was burnt and we threw it away. We had to get it out and eat it. And so weight was such a big factor growing up in my house, and that kind of carried me into my older adult stages of life, and I didn't feel good in my own skin. I looked down on me. Like, I looked at other people and kind of idolized them. Like, how could they get that body, or how could they have that body? And I realized 6 years ago that something had to change. And so, like me, my faith is a big thing. I prayed to God and I said, hey, if you carry me, if you sustain me through this journey, I will make this a lifestyle, but I have to do something different, because if you do the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same results. And if you want something different, you have to change your results. You have to change what you do every single day to make it different. And so I had to start with forgiveness. I had to start with forgiving my father for all the name bashing and the ridicule and how he looked at us with our weight. I had to forgive him for that. I had to be okay with sitting down, eating my food, and not eating everything on my plate, because that habits carried me still into my adulthood. I would still sit down, even it was a big giant plate, and eat everything on my plate and clean it. And I had to learn that portions was good, and I had to to allow myself not to be okay with not eating every single thing on my plate. And I had to forgive myself, because I, up until that point, I didn't really love myself. Yes, I love myself. I think everybody loves themselves, but I didn't really love myself. I didn't accept myself for who I was, inside and outside. And I had to forgive myself. I had to learn to give myself grace every single day. And so this journey, it's starting out. I want you guys to really be real and honest of, how did you get here? Because we all know how we get here. We all know how we got to this point. We all know how we got to this point. Maybe you were ridiculed. Maybe you were talked about when you were young. Maybe you hadn't loved yourself fully. Maybe you allowed yourself to get to lose focus with your food. Maybe you have a problem with binging or emotional eating. But this is a time to get honest and real with yourself, and be honest and say, I got myself to this point, and how do I change it? How do I take the steps that I need to take from this day forward to live differently and do something different? If I want to have that body that I've never had, I'm going to have to do something different. I'm going to have to practice restraint. I'm going to have to really look at my food. I'm going to have to really either wake up early, or take something off, or give up something in order to have something. And I'm going to have to believe that even I can get results. So it starts off with learning to forgive yourself, to say, okay, look, I'm here at this point. I am not happy with myself. I am not happy how I got here, but I'm here. How can I train myself to do something different so that I can have the results that I say I want? I need to forgive myself for where I am in my journey, and I need to allow myself to choose grace every single day, and choose it every single day that I'm alive. And if that means second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, I am going to choose grace. I'm going to pick myself up when I'm down. I'm going to connect myself to my goal. If I stumble, I'm going to say, this is a lifestyle, this is a journey, and this is a life habit. These are life habits. If you are out to say, like, I'm going to give this 30 days, or I'm going to give this 2 months, or I'm going to give this 1 week, and you choose to only give yourself that little bit of time, even though it took you 20, 30, 40 years to gain that weight, you're not giving yourself a sufficient amount of time to get to where you need to go. We didn't gain the weight in a week or a month or even a year. We didn't have all these bad habits that we didn't have these bad habits only for a week or a month or a year. So we need to give ourselves the time that we need to take. We need to take out the expectations of the timeline. We got to lose this weight at this amount of time. If I don't lose this weight in this amount of time, I'm going to stop what I'm doing. We need to be open and honest and real with ourselves. We know our struggle points. I know that when I get around a lot of people, or I go to a party, that is so much easier for me to binge eat, that I need to choose, is it that important to go to this party if I know that I'm going to backslide into my old habits, and then it's going to be a whirlwind for me? And so this is about forgiveness and being open and real and honest. And I pose you to do kind of like what I did, and write a letter to yourself, forgiving yourself for where you are, forgiving the people that may have talked down to you, made you feel like you can't get the results that you can have. Maybe you have all these thoughts in your head about people that spoken down into your journey about your weight, and you're playing that on repeat. Maybe you need to forgive that person. Maybe you need to forgive yourself for where you are, and be open and honest. It all starts with forgiveness. and allowing yourself to have that grace and have that grace every single day. So today's assignment is to write a letter forgiving yourself or whoever you need to forgive to start this journey and start it off for your forever, for you to have the results that you need to have and for you to be and get the results that you want to be. I hope this helped. You have a blessed day, and I'll chat with you later. Bye.